It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's time for I ran out of time to set up my good stuff. I had 3 minutes from being in the upstairs bathroom to coming down here, getting my laptop set up, getting my light set up, get my microphone ready. I was just in StreamYard. I ran out of time on the intro. So
you got here, and that's all that matters. I had to opt out before you did the 5-minute countdown because my shit didn't pop up for me.
Oh, geez.
That's perfectly fine. Greg Cherry, Big G, Maddie Laws with you. Jeff Meacham will be joining us here in just a little bit. But we got a big week ahead of us, guys. We have the kickoff of the NFL season, which...
That's tomorrow.
That is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
It is very exciting. The biggest issue I think we have as Steelers fans, and that, of course, being me and Big G.
Isn't that like every year, correct?
I mean, it seems like it now. Is do we have an offense? That is the eternal question.
You guys have a top 5 defense and have for the last several years. But
here's the thing. We need an offense that can at least sustain long enough to give the defensive guys a rest.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm going to switch over to the mic.
So
speak on the G.
Yeah. So Mike Tomlin confirmed that your ex-quarterback, our quarterback, Russell Wilson, will be starting. Russell Wilson hasn't been the same since he left the Seahawks. Like, how was he? I know you guys didn't have a good season last year. How was he with you guys?
Dude, he was, I believe, top 7 in completion rating. So here's the thing. And here is how the entire 2 years of Russ in Denver went. Okay. It was never a fault on Russ because he has the arm. He's got the accuracy. The thing is we would do short passes. Short passes.
And
that would never move
That's
forward.
Exactly what the Steelers do. They go for this.
And I think that's why Tomlin likes him.
And we have a new offensive coordinator in Arthur Smith, I believe, from the Falcons. And I did watch some of the preseason.
I hope you guys are ready for Pat Freiermuth not being used at all.
Well, see, I heard differently. I heard that Arthur Smith likes using tight ends. So
Kyle Pitts was not used the last year at all.
But don't get me wrong. I like Russell Wilson. I just feel like he should have started Justin Fields. He's the younger quarterback. Russ can run still, I guess. I haven't seen Russ run in a while, but I know Justin Fields can run. I was watching a little bit. I watched some of the preseason, and I don't know. We didn't win any of our preseason games, but preseason, that doesn't really count. But it shows you a little bit of our offense and our newer guys and stuff like that. So I don't know. I would have started Justin Fields on the one as a starter instead of Russ, but I don't know. And we really don't have a top ranking receiver core. We have Pickens, we have Van Jefferson, we have Miles Austin.
Y'all got Miles Austin?
Or not Miles Austin, Calvin Austin the third.
Oh, okay.
We got Fryer.
I was like, Miles Austin's still in the league?
Who is it? Some is that Roman Wilson or Peyton Wilson?
Roman Wilson.
Yeah. So, it's a young offense. Like you said, Maddie, you're not wrong. Steelers have been known for their defense, but we need to be more on the offense, like Greg said, to keep our defense, give them a rest. Cam Hayward just signed another 5-year deal or 3-year deal with the Steelers. The man wants the damn Super Bowl ring.
Now, here's what I can for sure tell you about Russ. He's going to complete the passes. He's going to get them to your receivers. They just need to be able to make the moves, make the plays to get forward down the field.
Yeah.
You guys have a two-headed dragon in Najee Harris and Jalen Warren. They're probably going to utilize that a lot more than people think.
Yeah.
And the main reason that I think it's a good idea to start Russell Wilson at the beginning of the season, and I think Greg might agree with me here, Denver is fronting you the entire fucking contract for Russell Wilson. It doesn't affect you guys monetarily if Russ sucks or not.
Yeah.
If you guys get a good draft pick off of the fact that you guys are bad this year, that's still a win for the Russell Wilson deal.
Yeah.
The way I look at it is I'm not concerned about Russell Wilson's presence behind the line. Like, I think he'll do a good job as the quarterback. And
Right.
it feels it's the start at some point during the season. I'm sure he'll do fine. My concern, just like it has been for the last several seasons, is that offensive line, which apparently Dan Moore is starting because everybody on the offensive side of the ball, coaching-wise, is blind and doesn't realize he couldn't block a feather, much less a defensive line. I don't understand. What is the obsession with Dan Moore? He is not good.
No.
He's not good.
He's not.
I mean, the Packers kept Joe Barry for how long?
I mean, we got our new center, Nathan Frazier, starting as center.
Yeah,
So.
Nate Frazier's good. I mean, he's absolutely a step up from what we've had in the last few seasons.
Yeah.
But
didn't you guys also get a rookie offensive lineman? Or was that?
Yeah. Oh my God.
We have Broderick Jones, who's.
Well, that was last year. But I think you guys picked up another one this year. Was it a defensive lineman?
It was an offense. Hold on. It was like I was it like that, kind of like Palomalu rhymed with. I can't think.
Yeah, Leatu Latu.
No.
Right?
Hold on. No.
No?
Hold on.
Oh no, Fashanu.
No. Give me a second.
I'm pretty sure it's Fashanu.
All right. Offense: Kyle Allen, Scott Miller, Van Jefferson, Justin Fields, Aaron Shapling. Why is it not showing anybody else?
Pittsburgh rookie class 2024.
See, are you talking about Troy Fautanu?
Yeah.
Fautanu.
Yeah.
Fashanu is the other one.
But I think it's because he's hurt that he's not.
Okay.
That he's not getting the start. And the other tackle, the other tackle that we have is on injury reserve. So it's very, very concerning, the lack of depth on the offensive line.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the team itself could find a way to pull this out of their ass, though.
Well, here's the thing: the Steelers have been able to get to 9-8, like at least 500, with like a wet blanket and half of a napkin, and I don't understand how they're able to pull this off. Like you have like the paperclip from Microsoft Word blocking your offensive line, and somehow Tomlin has managed to get 500 or better seasons the last few years. I don't understand how it's possible.
And that's all it seems like they care about.
Yeah, but once he doesn't do it, are you like, okay, we actually need to get better. What we're doing is not working. Because it's not like this team has just like one missing piece. You know what I mean? Offensively, other than George Pickens and maybe Najee Harris, who the hell do you got?
Yeah.
Yeah,
somebody. I mean, you were going to spend $30 million a year on IU he signed with the 49ers. Like,
Yeah.
you're not you.
Well, they
You're not gonna
didn't.
reach out for anybody else,
Yeah.
possibly.
I still find it wild, man, that didn't go through.
I know. And to think they didn't sign Najee's 5th-year option, so this could be his last year.
I
Well, it
don't
is
know
his
what
last
they're
year.
doing. I don't know what they're doing in the Steelers front office. It's
I don't
almost
know.
becoming Pirates bad. Like it's not to that point yet, but
It could get there.
well, we're keeping good players, so it's not Pirates bad yet.
Yeah.
But we're not
Yes.
we're not fighting to get better players. Like if we would have landed Ayuk, then I'd have a different opinion.
Yeah.
But you guys did not land Ayuk, unfortunately.
We did not.
No.
And honestly, I think until you fix the issues on that offensive line, until you get Dan Moore out of Pittsburgh, or at least in a weight room,
Yeah.
he can't, unless there's something
getting away with this.
unless there is something magical that Arthur Smith can do with him to get it in his head. It's like, hey, this is what you need to do. Because
Yeah.
Dan Moore is starting to get that Villanueva reputation.
Mm-hmm.
And Villanueva was one of those guys who was okay
Yeah.
until he wasn't. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. You guys do have a chance to do a lot this year. No matter what, your guys' floor is at 500.
It seems like it.
I hope.
Welcome to the show, Jeff Meacham.
Welcome, Jeff.
Yes, motherfucking meat,
Huh?
Huh?
Not good, huh?
All I heard was BG echoing. I'm like, what the hell? So,
He said Jeff motherfucking Meacham.
oh, okay. Well, I mean, we're 20 minutes in. Yeah, Jeff motherfucking Meacham. There you go. We'll take it.
Oh, what do we care? We get StreamYard money and not YouTube money.
That's right, because YouTube money's unreliable and has us cause more issue than it's fucking worth. So,
Always.
If you know, you know. And if you don't, where the hell you been?
Yeah.
Go back on my socials. It's all there.
It's all over the internet.
If it's on the internet, it must be true. Well, if you're Dave Meltzer, anyway.
So, Jeff, we're talking football, obviously.
Oh, goody.
Hey, the Cowboys finally signed CeeDee Lamb. Mike
They did.
Still
They
ain't got
did.
his deal done yet, but
They did. I had to deal with a lot of shit from Mansfield yesterday because, of course, the Cowboys play the Browns tomorrow. So it's or whatever, the Sunday, whatever the hell it is. So yeah, it's one of those. I always enjoy the lead up to football season, and it's like, oh wait, I'm a Cowboys fan. We'll see how long this lasts. Just kind of is what it is. I don't. It's funny. Like I've been a lot of times in my existence, I've been labeled as I'm like this all-knowing person. Like everybody in the family seems to think I'm the tech guy. It's like, man, I can barely get this freaking thing to work. It's only working right now because it's not so hot. I just also have a bulb out right now, which is why it looks like I'm in a freaking brownout situation with my lighting. I am not a football expert. I like the Cowboys. I picked the Cowboys when they drafted Aikman out of UCLA. Like that's my basis of my Cowboy fandom. Do I stick by them through and through? Obviously, I've been a fan since before '96. The last time they actually did anything substantial. So, if they manage to pull,
people.
if they manage to pull a golden spring out of their ass this year, great. I am tickled for them, man. But I am more. It's going to sound weird because I'm trying to not be such a focused on hate or negativity or whatever. I am just concerned that some of these teams that have signed these seemingly glorious draftees or rookies or whatever are just getting far too Roman Reigns down our throats, and then they're not going to deliver.
Yeah.
Cough, Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
We'll get you started. Do
Well,
not get me started on Caleb.
No, I know. It's like it's almost impossible to be a fan because either your team is going to suck it from the back going in. It's like, all right, we're going to have 18 weeks of misery. It's going to be a shit. It's going to be a shit show the next 3.5 months. Or you've got somebody like, or you've got somebody like Caleb who looks like they may be worth something. And then it's like, okay, it's the preseason. Can we all take a Sanka? Can we all just take a step back and relax? The kid may deliver. He may not.
And then you got quarterbacks like Bo Nix, who look great in preseason and are going to do fantastic, have a Hall of Fame career, lead the Broncos to 5 Super Bowls.
Oh, crying out loud. You're almost as bad as the Bears fans. Okay?
And then Matty woke up from his dream and went, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I still don't have a fucking offensive line.
Right.
It's like, oh, man, I love Madden on easy.
We were talking about that on the other day.
Okay, but before we continue with actual football, Greg, you finally got CFB 25. How are you enjoying the game?
Fucking running Notre Dame 100 and something points. That's how he's doing.
Well, that was my first game. I'm going through Road to Glory mode right now.
Oh, okay.
So I'm in my sophomore year. I still have not won the starting quarterback job. And Notre Dame in back-to-back seasons has lost its season opener. So that's fun.
That's not good. Yeah.
First season, we made the college football playoff and then lost to the Texas Longhorns in the first round.
Ooh, that's rough.
Like, Brian Kelly coaching? Like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, what are we doing? Yeah, what are we doing?
No, the Longhorns just have a scary fucking offense in that game.
Probably.
But get this. Like, in my first season in Road to Glory, the Miami Hurricanes won the national championship.
Oh, there you go. So we've regressed 30 years. Got it.
Listen, if Notre Dame beat Texas A&M on Saturday, and
yes, they did. Yes,
I was a happy boy.
No, for real.
They were the underdogs. They were the underdogs. They were a full touchdown underdog.
Yes,
that much. They were 3 points from what I heard.
Was it 3? Because I think whenever I put
it wasn't full touchdown.
I think whenever I put money down on it, which was like a week before the games actually happened, it was closer to a full touchdown. I think.
I bet the Notre Dame money line, buddy.
Oh, there you go. All I know is I'm not ever. I'm usually less interested in college ball than I am in the NFL, but I am interested in CFB, the video game this weekend. I was watching My World, Jarrett's podcast yesterday. Yeah. I don't know if they actually finalized it, if it's going to be a thing, but the bet, if everything lines up, Conrad playing as the Crimson Tide, Roll Tide, whatever.
Roll Tide.
Against Jarrett playing as the Vols, Tennessee. If Jarrett wins, Conrad's got to shave that beard he's grown out since pandemic, pretty much.
Oh, wow.
If Jarrett loses, the Queen of the Mountain gets her head shaved.
Wait, you bet Karen's head?
Yeah.
He didn't bet it. Conrad kind of like let him into it. Nothing was like set in stone, but I was like, holy shit. If Karen loses her hair because of something Jeff does on a damn college football video game, she's going to become a true Karen through and through.
I just imagine the conversation. Hey, honey, I got something to talk to you about.
He made that he had that conversation when she was clearly out of the house running errands.
Your hair is going to get BUZZ. Haha, easy.
Right.
Wow.
You freaking double people on the PORCH. Good Lord. And again, whatever happens, there is a bet for sure. Conrad's definitely put up his beard, which, he's got that, like, my age, like, it's definitely salt and peppery, and he hasn't shaven in a hot minute. Like I looked when the Kings were actually doing well in the playoffs. Versus whatever Jarrett ends up putting up, whether it's Karen's hair, whether it's, Jarrett's not going to put his own hair because his hair. Well, Jeff's hair being on the line is a moneymaker in Mexico. The classic hair versus hair or whatever matches. That's money for them down there. So I'm curious. Like I heard they were going to broadcast it not just to their top guys, but like they're going to put it on YouTube on Saturday Live. I'm like, well, shit, I got something to watch for All In. I'm here for it. Like I said, I'm not much of a gamer. I'm not much of a follower of college football unless you like one of our teams is involved or whatever. But definitely going to be watching that if it actually unfolds live on YouTube because man, I love when shit ties into stuff I can get behind it and the Conrad podcast, the Greg Cherry brand stuff, Chris Van Vliet stuff. I'll watch that shit all day. Like I love it. I love being a part of what we do. I love being part of what Aaron does on No DQ. I love when I get the opportunity to have a stress-free situation on the stuff I used to do, which is not all that often, but I also haven't gone back. So we'll see how that goes if I do go back. But yeah, I am thoroughly trying to have as much joy as I can over here while still being happy right here because it is a delicate balance. All four of us know that. So.
I do have to say, with Notre Dame being 1-0 and them projected to win out the rest of the regular season.
No shit.
Yeah, this game is the only game that for the season beating Texas A&M by 20. It's because they got an elite secondary. Their secondary is so good. But if Notre Dame wins the national championship, I'm warning everybody watching and everybody on Twitter, I promise you I will be insufferable.
Oh, no doubt.
I will brag like nobody has ever played college football before, and Notre Dame's national championship is the only thing that matters. Because listen, as a sports fan, I've seen my Steelers win 2 Super Bowls. I've seen the Penguins win 3 Stanley Cups. I was born in the 90s, but I didn't start watching hockey until after the Lemieux younger years. I've seen the Yankees win 5 World Series. I've been alive for a Notre Dame national championship, but I was 2 years old. So to witness the college football team I've been following for almost 30 years win a national title would bring me so much joy.
And if you figure it's been that long since the Cowboys won the Super Bowl, if both those teams win their respective championships, you're not going to watch the show every Wednesday during the offseason. Oh, my God. We are going to be a couple of insufferable fucks. Like, oh, it's going to be bad.
I have seen all of my teams win other than the Rockies.
There you go.
Makes sense.
I might, like on the first episode after the national championship game, if Notre Dame ends up making it and winning, I might just stare at the screen like this for 5 minutes.
Right. So, Maddie, refresh my memory. The Rockies were an expansion team, right?
Yep, 1993.
Yeah, they are like the quintessential expansion team, man. They're just they get there and then they just don't. Like it's I trust me, as an expansion team that took 45 years to win the Stanley Cup, like I get it, man. It's tough.
We are the Carolina Panthers of the MLB.
Yes, exactly. Panthers have come close more than once. They've
made it to the big game. So has the Rockies. The Rockies made it against the Red Sox and then got swept.
Yeah. That was your Boston finally pulled their head out of their ass. And you know what? Good they did it because they had to listen to them bitch about how they were cursed. Now we just have to listen to them bitch about how good they are. It's like, no, you're fucking not. You had 1 year. Shut up.
I will say, as a split fan of the Rockies and the Red Sox, that was a fun World Series.
I'm sure, right?
Say, I'm just waiting on the Celtics Nuggets NBA championship game.
Oh, there you go.
Listen, I am glad we are in a position where Boston sports don't dominate like all over. That year where like the Red Sox won, the Patriots won. I think the Bruins almost won the Stanley Cup. I think the Celtics did win the NBA championship. That year I would have just Boston wins all 4 in the same 365 day. Fuck all this. Fuck sports. I'm done.
Yeah. There will be a week hiatus, or there'll be a hiatus at some point where all of them are in off season, and we should just sit there and we'll turn the screens on and we'll just go, motherfucker, and then we'll go on with the show.
Well, you know the Patriots ain't winning a Super Bowl anytime soon, so
Well, no, you know what though?
Bro,
Other than being a Boston sports team, which on general principle, fuck those guys.
Yeah.
I have less of a hate, like a visceral hatred now because Belichick's gone.
yeah.
see,
But
my
still-
hatred was tied to Tom Brady.
Oh, very much so. You saw what happened. Brady went away. He continued to win. Belichick didn't. So
Yeah.
that was a clear situation. Mike, Don King was a winner as long as Mike Tyson didn't get his jaw knocked off. Mike Tyson
Yeah.
loses. Look what happened to Don King.
Yeah. My hate towards Tom Brady wasn't that of him being a bad player or what he did, whatever else. The fact is, Ben's rookie year, we went 15-1, and then we lost to the damn Patriots.
Yes.
Yeah, in Ben's rookie year.
Yeah.
So that kind of just that just kind of went with it the whole entire time.
I will say that was an incredible rookie season.
He did. Yeah.
It
Ben
was.
had
I think for the next season by winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I just can't wait for Bo Nix to repeat it this year.
So we've all seen in our lifetime most or all of our favorite teams win. Have we seen our favorite player within that team? And okay, let me try to rephrase. When I was watching the Kings, and I've watching the Kings my whole life, but when I started watching them, Marcel Bion was my favorite player. He ended up leaving for New York in '87. He didn't win a Stanley Cup in my lifetime. Gretzky didn't win a Stanley Cup when he was with the Kings. He didn't win a Stanley Cup after he left Edmonton, which is ridiculous. The person you consider like the GOAT of the respective sport, when they were on your team, did they win a championship? Because I didn't get to see that. Like I came into the Bulls fandom when Jordan was already the guy. Like I can't claim like, oh yeah, I had that. Like no, he was already that guy before I became a fan, right? But the Lakers, same thing. They were champions during Showtime, but I wasn't a fan during Showtime.
So I started watching the Yankees Derek Jeter's rookie year.
Nice. There you go.
So
Damn, you caught up to baseball late, huh, Greg?
Yeah.
I mean, I was 8,
Yeah.
7 or 8. So
Yeah. Most,
When did Jeter debut?
Jeter was around for a long time, man.
Yeah.
yeah,
I know Jeter was around for a long time, but what year did he debut? Because
95.
oh my God, time makes me feel old, man. And I'm younger than you guys are.
Yeah.
You are.
Jeff's
And
like,
it
what
reminds
are
us
you
of that
talking about?
Yeah. I'm just like, yeah. Anyway.
But yeah,
That's what
Greg,
made-
sorry.
My Maven flipped you off on Joe because of that.
Hey,
Right.
I got flipped
Yeah.
off by Maven intentionally, so
Yes.
You did.
I will hold that.
And you know what? Maven's got that. He's going to perennially look like a young man. He's got them good genes. Damn him. So
But,
Maven looks like he hasn't aged a day.
I was going to say he
Yeah,
barely looks any
I-
older than he did when he was, having the Undertaker kill him. So
I will say I apologize for cutting you off, Greg. Continue.
sorry. Yeah.
So yeah, Jeter rookie year. So obviously, I got to see Jeter win all 5 of the ones I've witnessed.
Nice.
All of them.
I didn't get to see Lemieux win his 2, but
Yeah.
I was alive for it. But I did get to see Sid win 3. So
Yes. It is. I don't know what it is. Like I never had a problem with Sidney Crosby. Like I was one of the few. Like people just seem to pick on him as like another Gretzky. Like he would just be like whining incessantly. It's like no, you don't understand. He's that good. It doesn't. It's not called whining.
That kid played himself into his injuries.
No, he
There was not a whining bone in Crosby's body.
no. Yeah. It's funny. The entire Los Angeles fandom just shredded Gretzky like freaking cheese for whining when he was in Edmonton. When he came here, it's like, oh yeah, that's okay. He's our whiner. It's like, dude, no. Such hypocrisy. It's so stupid.
Oh wow! I don't think I've ever seen a fan base do that before.
yeah,
Right.
I mean, nobody in the history of ever has rooted against somebody so hard, and then when he joins your side, they're like, "Oh yeah, he's so great." Blah, 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 blah. That never happens in sports or politics or
wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling or
Wrestling, most importantly.
Yeah,
yeah, it never happens in wrestling. You never see somebody go to another company and people are mad about it.
No,
You
God,
never
no.
see someone call someone the greatest of all time one day, and then they go to a different company and immediately get shit on by the same person.
That would be ridiculous if that happened.
Yeah, no. That'd be like somebody that was considered the greatest, even though he was a known liar for his entire career, all of a sudden doubles down and lies through his ass all day in a single course of a news. Oh, wait, that happened today too.
Dude, Hogan just needs to shut the
Oh my God, dude! I literally.
I feel like we could fill the rest of the show.
No,
just
for real.
us talking
My
shit about that.
Lucha shirt is sitting right here, and I'm like, do I wear it? Do I be that guy today? No, I'm not gonna be that guy. I'll buy the Danielson Burgundy centric Ring of Honor shirt out of the closet. That's what we'll do today.
There you go. Well, speaking of wrestling shirts, I got mine on.
Yes.
Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon in the ladder match.
SummerSlam.
Was that the exclusive that fucking PWTs dropped a while back?
Well, this was at the SummerSlam shop when I went. So I wanted something to commemorate SummerSlam, like the trip, but I couldn't bring myself to wear Browns colors. So I represented the first SummerSlam that I was at.
Yes.
Now that
There you go.
No, I was saying during the review.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Matt. You're it.
Oh, I was about to say you could always go to a Browns arena and wear a Jake Delhomme jersey.
There you go. No, I was saying on the review yesterday, I am so glad you got to go to SummerSlam this year and make up for that drizzling shits 95 show, because golly, other than that match,
other than this match,
a rough night. It's a rough night in Pittsburgh. Yeah, but
this match and Hakushi and Waltman, that was
just people unfortunately don't. I mean, other than like the people that were there and like the even more diehard than me, apparently, I forgot about Hakushi and Sean until you just said it right now. To be honest with you,
that man is still wrestling. By the way, Jinsei Shinzaki is still wrestling.
He is a bad motherfucker. He's I love me some Hakushi. I wish he came along at a time where the gimmickry was still more prevalent than the wrestling, and just it didn't work in WWF. If he'd come along, if he'd had the kind of presentation he had when he moved to ECW, he'd have been all right. I firmly believe that, because he and I forget who he partnered with. The two of them had some bomb matches with Sabu and Rob when they were in ECW. He just didn't get the presentation he should have gotten in WWE. Instead, he became part of the Lawler Brett thing. He had that Shinja, I think the manager's name was, the white makeup face. I forget what his actual name was. Forgive me. Shinja sounds right, but I don't know if that's true. It was 30 years ago. Forgive me.
We're not actively doing wrestling trivia anymore, so forgive us if you don't remember it.
I know our brains have been allowed to tune that out just a tad bit in our semi-retirement. Thank the Lord Jesus. That's a lot to hang on to when you got other shit going on. I'm grateful for you got to go. It's funny. I was telling a few people this week, and some of them kind of looked at me. Some of them kind of went, "Nah, it makes sense." With the budgeting I've got going on, it's pretty much a choice. Do I go to WrestleMania in Vegas, or do I save an extra couple of weeks and actually get to finally go to Star Wars Day at Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland? It wasn't even a thought. It's like, I'm going to Disney. And people looked at me like, oh, I'm like, I just was at WrestleMania. Like,
I wouldn't correct. I mean, Jeff, I would have done the same exact fucking thing.
Well, it's one of those like,
I'll be right back.
Okay. You and I have been to a very recent WrestleMania. You this year, me last year. Like, so, and yes, it's going to be in Vegas. Yes, it's going to be right there. But that's why I asked you guys in the chat rooms, chat. It's like, is anybody actually going to come? Because as great as it was to be at WrestleMania, like right on the same lot as the Forum, which, I almost was born at that place, right? nobody but my buddy Travis was there with me. Yes, I got to have that moment of making peace with people I should have made peace with a long time ago on night 2, and it was a wonderful experience. But the people I wanted to go with or wanted to have come meet me weren't there.
Nah.
If they're not going to do that in Vegas, it's like I'm spending a shit ton of money. Yes, I'm not having to pay for travel or lodging because I got the hookups on both of those.
Right.
But WrestleMania tickets, Raw tickets, SmackDown Hall of Fame tickets, Ring of Honor, like if I'm going to spend that much money, I want my people around me. If I go by myself, I'm not going to have a good time. Whereas saving 2 extra weeks, I can go by my damn self and put on that ridiculously heavy black Jedi Sith robe and bring my lightsaber and have a bomb time.
Exactly.
And it'll cost me a lot less.
Yeah.
And I'll have more saved for that one day outing where I'll have left over for 2 months from that. Disneyland's birthday. So Disneyland turns, like I said, part of my planning for my content that's not going to pan out now because was there's milestones. Disneyland's 70th, Rocky Horror Movies 50th, Back to the Future's 40th. There's stuff I can do at Universal, at Disney, at these various locations where I can, properly budget it out and not have to worry about the budgeting and the planning of a presentation on screen.
Yeah.
I can leave that to the people that still want to create content, like Greg, like JJ, like Aaron, like that still want to actively do shit like that.
Yeah.
It's not my bag anymore. I'm perfectly content sitting right here, not stressing about it for an hour every Wednesday, and just like, hey, how are we doing?
Exactly. No, I mean, like I said, I went to WrestleMania in April.
Yeah.
I plan on going. NXT Halloween Havoc's coming here. Raw's coming here. The 2 nights, so I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Hershey's like 25 minutes away from me.
Right, exactly. Whereas, Vegas, even if I go in a car with somebody to save that's still 4 hours in the car.
Yeah.
And even in late April, it's already starting to get hot. Like, good. And the other thing, I have so very few bucket list things left, and I'm grateful for it that I have so very few bucket. Like, I wanted to go to WrestleMania actually in the Los Angeles area because I went to Anaheim and I went to Orlando, and that was great. But it was in Inglewood. It was right by the Forum. I'm like, man, I'm not going to be able to top that part of the core memory. It's not going to happen for me, right?
I mean, I knocked some of. Oh, go ahead, Jeff.
I want to see a WWE show in the Garden.
Okay.
In a perfect world, the Kings are playing the Rangers that same week. Knock them both out.
Yeah.
I still want to meet Steve Austin as far as the wrestling stuff. But, it's one of those. It went from I want to interview them to I just want to meet them. That changing in mindset has shifted my, oh, God, I got to do it so much because interviewing Ric Flair, a little risky.
Yeah.
Interviewing Hogan, very risky. But I've already met Hulk, so that's okay.
Yeah.
If Logan Paul wants to continue to have his podcast be saturated with shit, good on Logan.
Right.
But there's so very few things that I feel like if I don't do them, I'll feel unaccomplished. But that's as a fan now, and it's such a much less stressful feel.
That's good. I mean, I knocked stuff off my bucket list too. Went to Disney World for my honeymoon.
Yeah, get you here for Disneyland, dude.
Oh, I know.
You too.
We plan on it. What else? Went to my first Steelers game in Pittsburgh. Went to WrestleMania.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, would still like to knock off the Rumble, so I get the Big Four. Still haven't been to a Rumble.
Yeah, same here. That Rumble and a Survivor Series. So.
Survivor Series either.
Yeah, and the Survivor Series I went to was 2018, which, depending who you ask, was a great show or a oh shit show. So yeah. But
my brother has told me to start looking at shows coming up because he wants to go to a pay-per-view real bad.
Nice, very cool.
I haven't decided yet, but I'm looking into going to the 5th anniversary of Dynamite, which is in Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I was too, but since NXT Halloween Havoc and Raw are going to be in Hershey, I was like, why am I going to drive 3 hours to an AEW show when I've been to Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
AEW. I mean, mean, Greg was there too, but like,
Mhm.
why am I going to drive the 3.5 hours where I can just drive literally down the road?
Yeah, see, that's the beauty of it now. It's like, the combination of being a fan and having to adult about it. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I want to do all the things. I can't afford all the things.
Yeah.
So you make a choice.
Mhm.
Yeah. 5th anniversary Dynamite, close enough to Gregory can go. Dude, go. Especially if Brian's still the world champion. I'll be envious as shit of you. Going to NXT and WWE down the road. That's awesome. If the financial situation was what it was 20 years ago, I would go to Wrestle Dream. Go with Aaron.
I'm not gonna lie.
We were going to go to Mania in 03. It just didn't work out for a variety of reasons.
I'm not gonna lie. Devin, Alora, and I are actually contemplating taking the 20-hour drive out to Tacoma.
Yeah, I'm in the middle. Like, I knew I was going to get to go to London, and I had a pretty good idea Brian was going to win. So I was able to enjoy that whole thing here at home, watching the entrance, seeing him, embrace Birdie and Buddy and Bree, which was we're not on Twitter today, but Twitter painted my little soulless ginger heart. It was so wonderful to see that shit, especially with what happened to the family a couple days later, which is just ridiculous. I can't believe that's a thing right now. I'm so upset at that. But I got the moment as a Brian. I brought Dylan into the room to watch Brian's entrance because he wasn't part of the PWG in-person final countdown. I'm like, Bubba, this is close we're going to get, so enjoy this. And it was such a cool moment. Everybody's doing that in between the lyrics. It was just so perfect. And I feel like
the UK crowd is amazing with that.
Yeah. The crowds overseas, I swear to God, dude, they're making us look like donkey nuts. Like, man, like for real. I feel like if I did make the trip to Tacoma and it was anything slightly less than what I saw it all in, I'm going to be like, I shouldn't have come.
Yeah.
So,
I do want to talk briefly about something a little more serious.
Okay.
Because unfortunately, it's happened a couple times in the wrestling sphere, and that is the allegations and the confirmations of domestic violence.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is a completely disgusting thing. Like,
No, it
it shouldn't have to be said. That should be blatantly obvious to everybody involved.
Yep.
And maybe we're not the right ones to speak on it, but sending much love to Nikki Garcia and whoever Odyssey Jones partner or
Well,
partner is.
So, like, did okay, and again, this is me trying to find the balance between my life over here, my life here. God, it's been a week, kids. I'll put it that way. Did the stuff about Odyssey get any more traction than he was allegedly? He was likely. There was nothing like. Is anything set in stone yet?
Not that I've seen.
I haven't seen any reports other than I think like Monday or Tuesday that the allegations surfaced.
Okay.
And Alvarez said he was terminated. I haven't gotten official confirmation of that.
Right. And again, I'm not condoning either way. I'm looking for clarification because unfortunately, even though there hasn't been anything formally issued by Nicole or Artem's side or whatever, that one has been all but like, okay, yeah, this should happen. Whereas Odyssey, again, and again, I don't know Odyssey. I obviously know the other parties on the other side of the other story. So it's a much different mindset. Just either way, I said this because it was super chatted during the review, and I asked Aaron to not bring it up when I was on the air, but the flow of the show just kind of made it that it happened. So I'll say it again, like I said it yesterday. Whatever happened between Nicole and Artem, whatever happened between Odyssey and his apparently now former significant other, none of us know what happened.
No.
It's none of our goddamn business. And to have people say things like, oh, well, she deserved it because she was apparently throwing shoes at him. Okay, I don't care how you feel about a person in the ring, how you feel about their character. Nobody deserves anything like that.
No.
And as somebody who's been in a relationship that has turned that level of toxic, it's not okay. It's never okay. And if you have to find a way to defend yourself, you fucking take it and you run with it. If it's throwing a shoe, if it's grabbing something to fend them off like a lion tamer, whatever. So for me, and again, this is personal, it's my friend, and it's fucked up, but to sit there and read, oh, she deserved it. It's like, please do one of two things. Or actually, do them both. Step out of your front or back door, realize there's grass out there and fresh air, breathe it in, take it in, and then find the nearest lawn chair or the nearest driveway post and go fuck yourself, for the love of God.
Yeah.
Because it's unacceptable to just blanket reply with something like that.
And you know, I think my biggest problem with people on social media, and I don't even know if they're serious or not, I think people say stuff for attention.
Sure.
And to do stuff like this is disgusting.
No, it is.
Like, to play devil's advocate on something as blatantly wrong as domestic violence or sexual assault or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Don't be that person to be like, oh, well, blah, 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 blah. I think this could have happened. First of all, you don't know shit. Second of all, you really don't know shit about anything.
Yeah.
And third of all, stuff like this isn't funny. Like, domestic violence is not funny to anybody. Because it's a very serious situation. I mean, if there are kids involved, it's even worse.
Oh God! That's been the one that's had me pacing the house in my mind the whole time, thinking about the little one. Like, oh God, I've been so fakaktima about it. Oh.
And let me just say something else, and this is completely different than the domestic violence stuff. Did you hear Hogan's dumbass talk about him being compared to Benoit?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So as sequel maniac in charge, let me step up to the plate here. God damn.
Bing.
Oh, okay. If you watch the RNC, first of all, God bless you. You're a better, more patient man than I. Hearing him say you were listening to Terry Bollea now, not Hulk Hogan, and Bischoff basically confirming that they've kind of like become one and the same now. So I'll just speak to Hulk here. Hulk, you need to practice what your hero, Donald Trump, should have practiced a long time ago. Take your hands off of the Twitter. Take the mic away from your face. No. Yes. What Chris Benoit did is the most unpardonable of anything that anybody in wrestling has done.
Yeah.
There's no arguing that.
No.
There could be the argument for Jimmy Snuka. I was like 10 months old. I don't know all the information. Fuck off. But just because he literally committed murder-suicide and you just couldn't keep your racist mouth shut doesn't make you any less of a piece of shit. Especially when you're doubling down on it in 2024.
Yeah.
The statement of oh, sorry, Jeff, but the statement of people still love Benoit.
No,
but I can't get away with it. What do you mean?
It's like, okay,
he's clearly not paying attention to what anybody has said about the situation.
No,
it blows my mind.
Yeah.
And on all podcasts to do it on Logan Paul's.
Right? So okay. So yeah, let's pick that apart. First of all, everybody I've worked with on any podcast or stream I've worked with has always said, I will always be a fan of the in-ring body of work of Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
because, damn it, few better, technically speaking.
Yeah.
In the same vein, the character of Hulk Hogan, not the Terry Bollea behind it, is what drew me into the fandom and is what has kept me in this seat.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
But yeah, they're not the same thing. They don't still love Chris Benoit, the human being. Everybody that has spoken out that knew Chris Benoit, the human being, was shocked and aghast and appalled.
Yeah.
Just as they were, even if your privacy is invaded and your recording of your racist comments is on a jail call, which is 100% wrong on the Hillsbury County side of things. They fucked up too, okay? Great, Terry. You still came off like a racist, and you're still trying to make excuses for it and comparing yourself to a double murder suicide, explaining that you should be, forgiven because Benoit's been forgiven. Chris Benoit hasn't been forgiven. Do you see his name even mentioned on WWE television? You've been back to WWE more than once since Chris Benoit has been expelled from
mentioned last.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Including the same year, because he was on Raw 15, taking care of the Great Khali and saving Hornswoggle's stupid ass.
Yeah.
And then do our Logan Paul show. The same Logan Paul that, while U.S. champion, got sued by the Olympic Committee, the U.S. Olympic Committee,
Yeah.
and made ungodly stupid comments about an athlete in the Olympics.
Yeah.
If there was any possible way that Terry Bollea could have further derailed any goodwill with any fan in wrestling or in life, I don't want to know what it is, because it already seems like he's done it.
Yeah.
To know that there has been at one point in time a room that had Logan Paul, Trump, McMahon, and Hulk Hogan all in the same room. The fact that the world didn't implode on sheer egotism is insane.
Yeah.
That's a Mount Rushmore of people that can fuck off.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They were talking yesterday. It got briefly brought up in the review before we went, okay, we're not a political show. No, put it away. You know that McMahon is sitting there slightly gleeful that his investigation, everything has been put on pause. If Trump gets elected, all Vince needs is one presidential pardon, and he is free.
Yeah.
That's scary. But it's not inaccurate.
Yeah, no. I don't know. Ever since I've been taking my criminal justice classes,
All right.
and I'm like, I know one of these times, either this term or next term, I'm gonna take psychology, and
Man.
just to even with the criminal justice classes I've taken, I'm just like, you get to learn how people think and what they do to become criminals, and you wonder what these people are thinking when they do this stuff, or are they even thinking?
No, they're
They're not even thinking. Think before you act.
Yeah,
Or think before you do.
The people in question, the four that Greg just mentioned, can go fuck off.
Yeah.
Clear case study narcissist.
Yeah.
That think they're above everybody.
Yeah.
Can do no wrong. When they do wrong, they double down on it rather than be accountable for it.
So get this. So my wife,
Side
she
Hold
liked
on.
Hulk Hogan. Go ahead, Greg.
I have to put this in there. Side note: don't you just love Dominic Mysterio?
Yes. Dominic is my hero.
Was on Logan Paul's podcast, for those who don't know, and
Yeah.
he completely ripped on Logan for not being able to be on the Japan tour because of Logan's past bullshit there. And it was so hilarious watching Logan Paul get so uncomfortable and Dominic just fucking with him. It was
I have never had so much more respect for somebody than I did with Dominic Mysterio at that point in time. And he did it with the biggest shit-eating grin on his face. He knew what he was doing.
Yep. He knew he had the backing of the company, and he had him by the balls. It was a beautiful thing.
My dad's Rey Mysterio. Who do you think's more valuable to the fucking company?
At this point, right? Yeah. Yeah. Man, Dom should get every most hated character of the year award at the Observer, Pro Wrestling Illustrated, whatever. But he should also get the most inspirational for that podcast appearance.
And apparently, like outside of his character, like Dominic's actually like a really, really
Yes.
good dude.
Yes,
So like,
Oh yeah.
he's good
So-
people.
I'm proud of Dominic because in the last 4 years, he's gone from like, okay, he's just Rey Mysterio's kid to now one of the hottest acts in the entire company.
Right?
He is the only person I know that turned heel while he was already heel, and that's a beautiful thing,
Yeah.
He did the incredibly rare super heel turn
right?
that has only ever been committed by like 3 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Triple
Scott
H
Hall,
is-
yeah. Scott Hall in '98 when he two-sweeted Kevin with the fist, and then he whacked him again. It's like, God damn, Scott, make up your mind. But you know,
Triple H when he turned on Randy Orton in Evolution,
yes. And now Dom. Yep.
and now Dom.
Love it.
Oh God, so good, so good. I'm proud of Dominic as a fan because I know friends of mine that opted out of fandom over the custody thing with Eddie. Like they said, I'm done watching because it was that uncomfortable for them, and they haven't watched since.
Look, if you don't look at the custody of Dominic entire storyline with like hilarious nostalgia, you're looking at it through the wrong lens.
Well, right, but what I'm saying is they were a fan at the time.
Yeah.
And it was, and I don't know if they have any, the person I'm referring to, I don't know if they have like history, custody stuff or whatever. Hell, if I'm looking back on that now, I'm going, yeah, it's funny because we're wrestling fans, but it's like having to go through custody shit. Like, yeah, it's not that fun. So
I had to go.
If they survived Katie Vick, but that was their tipping point,
Good Lord.
more questions here.
Yeah. I don't know if they were a fan.
The journey of a 2-year wrestling fan.
Right?
Yeah.
God, and again, that is the fact that everybody on that McMahon DVD said that it was only still going because Vince liked it tells you everything you need to know about Vince.
There was so much. Listen, there's so much fucked up stuff on that DVD. I can only imagine when the Netflix thing comes out in 3 weeks.
No. You know what though? I love it because it's not going to be whitewashed like that DVD.
No, I feel like the documentary.
What's
I
up?
feel like the documentary has, or the Netflix doc has a little bit more room to be lenient towards McMahon than anything.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. We got a question during the review yesterday. It's like, how much worse is it going to be? And it's like, it can't get much worse, but it will. But like I said, that documentary premieres this month. The election is in a little under 2 months.
Yeah.
Vince can go from, oh shit, my life is over to I'm free in a matter of 4 months.
Yeah.
And then back in the top seat of WWE.
Well, no. I don't think he'll get that back. I really don't, because as much as a pardon will dismiss him legally from the crap that's going to go down, the WWE is so much better off without him, and he literally has nothing except a minor stock, and I think that's it.
He can't even go in the boardroom. He
can't go in the boardroom at this point.
So I feel like now that he's out of the business, he needs to live his life as an older man.
Yeah.
Enjoy the years you have left with your family, with your grandchildren. I know Triple H is one of his daughters just went to college.
Which again, can we get my older opinion quickly? The older one's in college. Fuck.
Yeah, Aurora's in college. I listen. 2 of Shane's sons are playing college football. So.
I know. And it's like, how can that be?
Declan
It's
McMahon in one of the in CFB.
Yeah, it's like, how can that be?
I think he's playing.
Yeah, freaking WrestleMania 20. It's like, yeah, that was 21 years ago, folks.
Yeah.
Like, anyway.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the Greg Cherry Show. We'll be back on the Tubes of You next week.
Tubes of You.
And
great.
September 26th, we will be bringing you the second ever. third ever Tag Team Jack of all trades. It's
Yes.
been a long time, but we're bringing back Tag Team Jotes. I will.
It's been a while.
I'll pay the money to get everybody on stream because the free one only does 6. So we're gonna have
Yeah, there you go.
But that being said, look at the draw in October. I'm just going to upload the edition we filmed over the summer.
Nice.
So I'm going to edit that together, and that'll be luck to the draw for October. And then January, we'll pick that back up. So
Cool.
I need my
it
rematch
stresses
against
me out
Maddie.
less.
I said I need my rematch against Maddie.
There you go.
I still have a full bottle of caramel syrup, so
Yeah.
I don't know if I want another another crime scene in my bathtub.
I am good on being one and done and retired a champion. I'm good on that. I don't need to be making a mess up in this house. We're trying to sell this shithole.
There you go. All right, everybody. See you next week. Go enjoy Dynamite. Don't be a jag, and we'll see you next week on the Greg Cherry Show. Go Steelers. Go Irish. Browns.
Can you all listen to